Fathers, do your daughters a favor and prepare them for the real world, the nature of men and what it's like, so it can help them spare some of the pain and agony, and that many of these girls aren't going forward in their life believing in fantasies and wasting years of their life and their potential and their energy on trying to love a man that just can't be loved. I think this is so important, and it could save so many girls and women. You know, I'm 43 and I'm figuring this all out. No one ever sat me down and told me exactly how it is. All I ever knew growing up is that my mom and my grandma hated men. They hated men, but I never knew why. No one ever sat me down and actually told me, like, well, men are just mostly dominated by what's in their pants, and, you know, they're just sex-minded, and they're power hungry and love to control and love to manipulate and play games, play with your mind. And I wish someone had just sat me down and really told me how it is, and told me just to dispel any fantasies, because it's just not the way, it's not the way real world is. I think I would have been a lot more prepared going forward. I might have made some slip-ups, but I wouldn't have been as I wouldn't have been as naive as I was, believing that I was an exception, or that I was going to find the right one, when really the right one doesn't exist. The right one is always ourselves, and that's just how it is. That's real world, is that we really just have to love ourselves and be all that for ourselves that we want in a man, that we often just can't find, because, let's face it, the good ones are rare, and they're probably taken, and they're probably not so good if we really knew the truth. It's an illusion, ladies. It's an illusion. Even the good ones, I'm sure. Gosh, man, I hate to say it, but it's the way it feels. That's been my experience. And that's been a lot of experiences that I'm learning from other women. Doing a day on the beach on my girl date. Welcome to Lake Erie. Yeah. So fathers, please prepare your daughters. Just something so simple that you can do just to spare them years of agony and pain, and they don't have to go through the disillusionment that I'm going through right now. And like the major wake up and life crisis I'm having, that I'm kind of on my own out here, and you really are just you really just have the relationship that you have with yourself, and probably the ones that you build with your friends, and maybe if you're really lucky you can find someone who can be really faithful, but I think those relationships are rare. And like I said, I don't think those are always what we think either, you know. You never know what happens behind closed doors. I know I've experienced that quite a few times in my life. So yeah, you know, if there are any dads out there doing the right thing, I want to hear from you, and let me know, like, how you've seen it impact your daughter's life. Has your daughter been able to thrive quicker? Has she been able to protect herself and get out of toxic relationships because you prepared her? Yeah, share your thoughts. I would love to hear it, because we just don't have enough of the good ones out here speaking up. Please speak up. We need to know you exist. Do you exist? Oh, disillusioned. Completely disillusioned. Hey, there's an eagle. I'm at the beach. Yeah, we get a lot of eagles here. It's a beautiful place. Lake Erie. My spirit is there, Lake Erie. I love Lake Erie. I got some stories about Lake Erie to share one day. Alright, so subscribe, like if you appreciate this message, and yeah, comment, dads, and I want to hear from you. Alright, thanks, bye.